Welcome to the console domination video review for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. So let's get started. Kingdoms of Amalur is an action RPG that does a really good job of merging a whole bunch of other qualities from different titles out there. So it's got the grand scope of sort of an Elder Scrolls Skyrim type game, and the leveling system borrows stuff from World of Warcraft, and there's a little bit of Fable in there as well. So while all this may sound like it's hodgepodge of mixed ideas thrown together, which it is, well, all these ideas do blend together admirably, and they create a singular gameplay experience that is, similar but unique in its own way. As with any RPG that players like to get on with, you're able to customize your character, both aesthetically and functionally, with different classes and things. The leveling up system feels like a solid hybrid of both leveling systems from Fable and World of Warcraft. So as a player gains skill points or experience points, so either through completing quests, killing enemies, or exploring areas, they level up and they earn like a level up points. To cater for everybody, so the game features 3 different ability trees, very similar to those you might see in Fable. So you've got Might for people who like your warrior classes, Finesse for those who like a bit of rogue action, and Sorcery for someone who likes to sling magic spells around. Each of these trees has dozens and dozens of unique skills, and you can use your hard-earned level up points to grab some of these skills from these trees. With the 3 skill trees, Kingdoms of Amalur allows players to completely control how they want to approach the game's combat. It allows players to either invest heavily in a single tree, so you can become like a full-on unstoppable warrior, to mix and match between the various trees to give you a little bit of leeway during combat. Maybe the best addition to the game is the ability to reset your character's spent experience points. So for a small fee, you can reset your character, so all of the skill points and abilities will be reset. So you can completely remake your character into a different class. And, with RPGs these days, it's a nice touch because you don't have to start a new game to have a new character. The combat is well done. There's tons of weapons. You've got chakrams and scepters and daggers and massive swords. There's tons and tons of variety there. Of course, you can use those in conjunction with magic and other special abilities you get from leveling up. Unfortunately, though, it's not very tricky. So even on the highest difficulty level, I very rarely died. And anyone who's played, an action game like Ninja Gaiden or God of War, they won't find a whole lot of challenge here. One of the good things about Kingdoms of Amalur is it has one of the biggest game worlds I've experienced in recent memory. It's probably not quite on par with Skyrim, but it's giving it a run for its money. Talking about Skyrim, Reckoning also features an Elder Scrolls flavoured approach to the main quest line. So you have a core storyline bolstered by a bunch of different side faction quests. Unfortunately, it's not all good though. The audio voice acting is pretty horrible, and music's alright in places, but it's pretty bad in others. But perhaps the biggest problem is the camera, which is to pan and zoom by itself sometimes during combat, and it can be really annoying when you're getting attacked from off screen and you can't see what's hitting you. In addition, there's a lot of repetition in the game, so a lot of the side quests feel all the same, so you're either fetching something for somebody or you're killing a certain number of enemies. There's a couple of unique ones, but most of them fall into those 2 categories. And the repetition, again, lends itself to the enemies throughout the games. No matter where you go, probably likely to run into the same few enemy types, over and over again. Overall, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is quite a good game. It's a lot of fun. It might be the first RPG game in quite a while to provide a substitute for Elder Scrolls game. Although it may not have the graphical prowess or the same sort of scale or depth of lore that Skyrim does, it has more than enough charm of its own to invite you into its really immersive and very well fleshed out game world. For, an original franchise, it's a fantastic first effort, and I'd recommend it for anyone who considers himself an RPG fan. I gave it an 8 out of 10.